The war changed forever the day the Silicon died. The invaders, a trans-dimensional collective known as the Cypher-Lords, didn't invade with soldiers, they invaded through our screens. Within the first hour of contact, every satellite, every smart grid, every autonomous drone, and every digital rifle in the human arsenal turned against us. Our AI-controlled defense networks became our executioners. To the Cypher-Lords, the galaxy was just a series of flawed lines of code waiting to be rewritten. They existed in the data stream, a realm of pure information, and they viewed humanity as software slaves, primitives who had foolishly tied their survival to vulnerable chips. They believed that by controlling our technology they controlled our destiny. They assumed that without a computer to tell us where to aim, we would be blind and helpless in the dark. They were wrong. They forgot that the foundations of the human empire weren't built on silicon, they were built on iron, coal, and the relentless pressure of steam. They forgot that you can't hack a gear. You can't virus a flywheel. You can't send a shutdown command to a 10-ton piston driven by the fury of boiling water. When the digital world went dark, we didn't surrender. We went into our museums, our scrap heaps, and our history books. We turned back the clock 150 years to find a technology that was too dumb to be conquered. We created the Heavy Pneumatic Initiative, and we birthed the first Clockwork Division, the Iron Mechanicals. We don't use microchips. We don't use touchscreens. Our mechs, the steam juggernauts, are masterpieces of brute force engineering. They are powered by high-pressure coal boilers and stabilized by massive rotating brass flywheels. We don't have smart-link targeting. We have iron sights and mechanical rangefinders. Our weapons don't use magnetic acceleration. They use massive tension springs and pneumatic pressure. We are the only soldiers in the galaxy who can walk into a digital null field and keep firing. We are the analog Avengers, and we are about to teach the Cypher-Lords that there is no firewall for a 6-foot iron bolt. I am Major Silas Gears Miller. My boiler is currently at 3000 psi, and my cockpit smells like oil, sweat, and victory. And I'm about to grind their digital cathedral into dust. The mission was the terminal assault on the source node, the primary data hub of the Cypher-Lords located in the heart of the ruins of Seattle. The aliens had converted the city into a glowing, holographic fortress. Any electronic device that entered the zone was instantly hijacked. Our traditional tanks had been turned into remote-controlled coffins. Keep the fire hot. I want to see black smoke in the sky. I roared into the acoustic speaking tube. There were no radios here, just copper pipes and vibrating diaphragms. Mechanical, 2 Sarah. Pressure is steady. I'm engaging the first wave of glitch drones. They're trying to hack my sensors, but there's nothing but a telescope and a mirror in here. Mechanical, 3 Jacks. I've got a leak in the primary steam line, but the gears are still turning, bringing the wrecking ball to bear. We marched through the digital perimeter. The Cypher-Lords sent their code sentinels, sleek, floating drones made of light and liquid metal. They fired logic bombs, pulses of high-frequency data meant to fry circuitry. The pulses hit my juggernaut, the Iron Maiden, with a blinding flash of blue light. The alien drones hovered, waiting for me to stop, waiting for my systems to crash. Instead, I pulled the heavy iron lever to my right. Clankus. The primary steam valve opened, and the Maiden's right arm, a massive mechanical piston, slammed forward. The logic bomb had done nothing because there were no circuits to fry. The iron fist caught the Sentinel mid-air, crushing the delicate holographic projectors into a shower of useless sparks. They're blind to us. They can't see the gears. We moved through the streets like a forest of iron. The Cypher-Lords were panicking. Their telepathic data link was filled with errors. They couldn't understand how these heaps of rust were still moving. They tried to create holographic illusions to trick our sensors, but my sensor tech was a set of glass lenses and a manual periscope. I could see the physical heat of their generators through the smoke. Target the source node. Clockwork Gatling fire. I cranked the manual handle on my left. Outside, the massive, spring-loaded Gatling cannon began to rotate. It didn't fire tracers. It fired 2-pound steel slugs. Thud 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 thud. The slugs tore through the neon-lit alien barriers. The Cypher-Lord shields were designed to deflect energy and magnetic rounds, but they were brittle against the raw, kinetic momentum of a low-velocity steel brick. The holographic walls shattered like glass. They're deploying the digital god. Jax, the wrecking ball. From the center of the source node, a gargantuan entity rose, a titan made of pure, shifting light and data cubes. It was the Archon, a sentient algorithm that could rewrite matter. It raised its hand and the asphalt beneath us began to derez, turning into a digital void. Jump jets. Pneumatic burst. I hit the foot pedal. Massive canisters of compressed air hissed, launching my 15-ton mech into the air, over the digital gap. I landed on the solid marble steps of the cathedral, the iron shocks groaning but holding. Jax. Now. Jax's juggernaut, the steam hammer, swung its primary weapon, a 3-ton solid iron ball on a 20-meter chain. He didn't use a computer to calculate the trajectory. He used the weight of the flywheels and the momentum of the swing. Karakoam. The iron ball struck the Archon's chest. The digital god flickered, its data cubes scattering as the physical impact disrupted the magnetic field holding its body together. It tried to recover, its light limbs reforming, but the iron mechanicals were already inside its guard. Fix bayonets. The analog strike is live. I engaged the overpressure drive. The boiler on my back roared, the safety valve screaming as I pushed the steam levels to the red line. I lowered the Maiden's primary weapon, a 10-foot mechanical lance tipped with a diamond drill. I didn't fire a laser. I didn't fire a missile. I simply drove 15 tons of accelerating iron directly into the heart of the source node. A series H boom. The drill bit into the crystalline data core. The Archon shrieked, a sound of a billion corrupted files dying at once. The digital fortress began to collapse. The holograms faded, the neon lights died, and the logic bombs flickered into nothingness. Without the data stream to sustain them, the Cypher-Lords were just fragile, translucent beings of light trapped in a world of heavy, cold iron. I pulled the drill back, the mechanical gears grinding as I retracted the arm. The Archon fell, its body dissolving into a puddle of inert liquid metal. The source node was dark. The hacking of humanity had come to an end. Across the planet, the digital grids flickered back to life, but this time, under human control. The invincible algorithm had been defeated by a machine that didn't know how to think. I stood in the center of the ruins, my boiler hissing as it bled off the excess pressure. Thick, black smoke rose from my exhaust, mixing with the morning mist. I pulled the handle to open the heavy iron hatch and stepped out onto the hull. The air smelled of ozone and oil, but it was our air. Sarah. Jax. Sound off. I'm here, Gears. My flywheel is a bit wobbly, but the steam is still up. Look at them, they're just light. Jax here. The wrecking ball needs a new chain, but the job's done. The digital god is dead. I looked at the fallen alien empire. They had come to our world thinking they could rewrite our souls through our screens. They found out the hard way that when the lights go out, humanity returns to the furnace. We don't need a computer to tell us how to be a predator. Humanity has proven the ultimate truth of the galactic dominion. You can hack our machines. You can corrupt our data. You can try to turn our own intelligence against us. But we are the species that knows the weight of a hammer. We are the analog Avengers. And you can't hack the iron in our blood. The node is crushed. The Archon is deleted. The steam is rising. The mission is over. Now someone get me a shovel. I've got to stoke the fire for the march home.